Hiya, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. So I'm currently sat on my living room floor with painful legs because it hurts when I sit on my legs, but I thought I'd show you what's in my work bag because I've recently been watching some of these videos and I know it's like a throwback, but I find it so interesting what people take to work. So I'm going to show you my work bag. This is the bag I take to work. So this is from Primark and I'm pretty sure it was £10. You could have got this colour or a black bag, but as majority of my bags are black, I thought I'd go for this colour. It's in like, I'm not sure what material it is, but it's like that scratchy material. I like to change my work bag up, so in the winter time I like to have a large or medium sized bag because I have obviously like umbrellas, hat, gloves, just extra stuff, so I will go to a backpack in the summer. But this is my winter bag, so let me show you what's inside. This is what the bag looks like inside. I do need to get a divider. I did order one off Shein ages ago, but the bag I had at the time, it didn't fit that bag, it was too small, but I've tried to sort of organise it with this little like makeup bag, but I definitely need to get a divider. First thing I have in there is my glasses. Yeah, this is sort of a new case, but I haven't really looked after it and it's sort of got all dirt and stuff. I need to get a new one. But these are I wear glasses for reading, or sometimes in the morning I get headaches, so I tend to put these on. So these are just standard. They're from Specsavers. I got them a few years ago, but it helps me see in the morning, especially when I get headaches, because I get headaches quite a lot. So I do like to keep them in my bag, and I've also got a little cloth with it, even though I don't really clean my glasses and I get moaned at because I have blurry glasses, but they're in my bag if I need them. I also like to keep a thin jumper or cardigan in my bag in case I get cold, because it's spring now, but I still don't know what the weather's doing. Sometimes it's really cold, sometimes it's warm, but I just like to keep an extra layer in my bag just in case it gets a bit cold, because I don't like cold. I don't deal with cold very well. I'm a hot gal. I like hot weather, like 40 degrees, like really, really hot. That's why I like going on hot holidays. Not for the cold, I don't like the cold. I've got my purse in here. It's nothing fancy. It's just one that keeps all my cards in. I've got some change in there. Not much change, just some pound coins. I like to keep this because I have my, like, what are they called? Points cards, yeah, that's it. So I have like my points card in there, and I just keep this on me just in case, I don't know, I buy something and I need to get my points up, or if I've got money on them. I've just changed the angle slightly because sitting on the floor literally hurts my legs so much, so I'm sat on my bottom now, so hopefully I won't get achy legs. The next thing I've got is a beanie hat. So because I leave early in the morning, it is still chilly, so I do like to wear a hat to work, and then later on, obviously I get too hot, I'll take that off. Like I said, I don't know what the weather's doing, so I've got these fingerless gloves just in case my hands get cold, but I didn't want to take like normal gloves because it's definitely not cold enough for normal gloves. I like to keep a few bags in my bag in case I go shopping, because I work in town. Sometimes I'll just randomly go shopping and I like to have my own bags, like reusable bags, because I don't like spending money on plastic bags, and even worse, spending money on paper bags which fall apart. So I always like to take my own bag. So this is an IKEA bag. I've had this for years. I need to get another one, but this is good because it has two handles and I find them better than just like the normal standard shopping bags. I don't know what these are called, fold away bags. I have my sanitary products in this little case. I got this case off Shein and I thought it's just a good way of storing my pads, and you never know when you're going to be on your period, so this is always in my bag. I've also got a plastic bag just for backup, or if it rains or anything, I can put my stuff in here and it won't get wet in my bag. But I usually use these bags if I'm getting like frozen food or anything like that. I also take water to work. I say water, it's actually squash because I don't really like plain water that much. But I make sure I always have water at work because I've got a thing of, I don't like tap water, I only like filtered water, but at work, their taps are not very nice. And one of them has, because I do 2 different jobs, one of them has a water dispenser, but it's really, really old and I don't want to be drinking that water. So I always take my own water, or I'll buy a bottle. Yeah, I'm really fussy like that. I'm weird with kettles as well. I won't drink hot drink at work because 1, I know everyone touches it, and 2, if you ever look inside a work kettle, it's literally fill up with lime scale. So I ain't touching no kettle, so I take my own. I do want to get a flask for work because I want to take iced lattes, but I can't find a flask that is leak proof and about this size. Yeah, I need to keep looking. The next thing I have is some sunglasses. These aren't from Shein. These are just in a Shein case. These are actually, oh, they are Shein. My bad. These are my sunglasses, so I've just got some cheap sunglasses just for when it's sunny, because it has come out sunny recently and I've been blinded, so I've added these into my bag and in a case, because if they're not in a case, I'll just scratch them all. I'm doing all the loose items in my bag and then I'll go into my messy bits and bobs bag. I also have an umbrella, so this is a windproof umbrella. Thankfully I haven't actually used it yet. This is a new one. This is actually Connor's Christmas present because my umbrella broke and I'm just gonna borrow this just in case it rains. So I do also have like a mini one. I'll probably put the mini one in here soon because it hasn't rained for a while. But yeah, it's always handy to have an umbrella just in case it rains because you never know. I do also have some wrappers in my bag, which I should have put them in the bin. I also have some, these were at the bottom of the bag, bobby pins or clips, I don't know what we call them. They're just to clip my fringe up while I'm at work because I cut it and I don't really like it and it's just in the way and it sits weird, so I'll just clip it up so it's out the way. So I've got hundreds of these in my bag. Onto my bag of essentials. So in this bag, as you can see, there is a lot of stuff, so I'll try and put most of my important stuff in this bag that I think I'd need or maybe need. This little makeup bag has got little bears on it. This is from Primark. I got it last week and it was £2.50 or £3. Ideally, I should have got a bigger one because they had a bigger one of these, but a slightly different shape. It was more like a square shape. Should have got that one, but I should eventually be taking some stuff out of here so it will actually fit. In here, I like to keep a hair clip just in case I get hot, even though I need to get a new one of these because it has broke. This is like my backup one that I just take to work, that I don't care if it gets all more broken. I like to keep a hairbrush in there, so this is just a cheap one. I think it's sort of supposed to be like a tangle teaser. This was from, I feel like it's from the pound shop because I just needed a hairbrush and I just grabbed whatever I could get. This is, it is cute, but it is a little bit bulky. I think I need to get like a slimmer one, but I always keep a hairbrush in there because I never really used to brush my hair that much and I think that's why it was so dry. So I've recently just started brushing my hair a lot more, and it seems to be working, so I always keep a hairbrush in there. But I'm one of them people that always get sick all the time, or I get a headache, or there's always something wrong with me basically. So I always make sure I keep some tablets, even though I need to fill these up. These are paracetamol, just in case I get a headache. I like to keep some of them in my bag. I've got some, this is Christmas packaging. I'm pretty sure this was a Christmas gift that's just stayed in my bag. But this is some hand cream, just in case I get dry hands. So like around my knuckles sometimes gets dry because I wash my hands so much, and hand sanitizer and my hands just get really, really dry. So I just keep this in there. This is in the scent pomegranate, and it smells really, really nice. Ignore that, that was my air freshener, if you could hear like a puff or something. The next thing I've got in here are handy wipes. You never know when a bird's gonna poo on you, or you get something down you. These come in handy. So these are a pack of 10. As you can see, they've been in here a while because they've got stuff, but they are still moist inside. So I keep them in there for emergencies. You won't go in one of my bag without finding any hand sanitizer. So this is the gin and tonic hand sanitizer. I think this is Bath and Body Works, possibly. This was a Christmas gift, so I'm not sure where it actually is from, but I always have to have a hand sanitizer in my bag. If I don't, I would literally go home or just buy one, because I use, as you can tell, I use it so much. I must sanitize my hands, especially when I'm out, like shopping, probably like 4 to 10 times, even more. So I always like to keep one of these in there. I've also got a mini body mist. So at work, sometimes I get hot and I don't want to smell. So I like to keep this in here. So I got loads of these for Christmas. If you watched my Christmas, what I got for Christmas, you know, that kind of got me loads of these. So these are like the perfect size to fit in your handbag, and they're not very heavy at all. This is in Hawaiian honey, and it smells very sweet, so I'm smelling sweet at work. I recently put these in there because I kept getting nosebleeds and I don't like using thin tissue, so I just keep some of my tissues in there. I've got some hay fever and allergy relief tablets. So at the moment I'm suffering quite bad with hay fever, especially in my nose. It's just so itchy. So I'm trying to take one of these every day if I remember. Can't say I've remembered loads this week because it's now Thursday. I've only taken 2. But I really hope these work. I've got another mini clip. So this is if I just want to put half my hair up, I will use this one. Sometimes I get a little bit peckish at work, so I don't eat in the morning because I don't have time to have breakfast or anything. So I start at 7 and I've left the house by 6:30. So if I get hungry, I'll have a mint, or I keep one of the skinny bars like these in there just as a snack. It's probably quite bad that I don't eat, but I just don't have time. Yeah, I have this if I'm hungry or need a snack. More tablets, so I've got some more paracetamol. There's 2 left in there, so I have been using them. I also like to keep a lip balm because I constantly get dry lips and I hate getting dry lips. Like, it's one of my pet peeves. I hate it. I hate getting crispy dry lips. So I probably put this on about 10 times a day. 10 times a day, which is probably more than the average person. But I just hate having dry lips. I've got some on now because can't be dealing with dry lips. And the most important thing are my earphones. These are the sound cord ones. I got these off Amazon. I've had them for a few years. They've done me well. The battery lasts actually really well. I only have to charge them probably like once a month, but I use these to listen to my podcasts, and without these I wouldn't be able to survive work. So these always have to be in my bag and always fully charged. I've got a mini perfume. These are the ones from Superdrug. This is Orange Blossom Night Jasmine. So I'm not really fussed on what they smell like. As long as I've got a perfume and a body mist, I don't really care. These I got for Christmas as well, and as you can see, I've used quite a lot. So I usually tend to use these 3 to 4 times a day, because I have a feeling that I smell, but I don't, because I always smell nice like people have said. I've got this crusty old little file thing. I definitely need to replace that with a new one, but this is for, as you can see, I have some nails, and when they get caught or chipped, I like to have a nail file in there just to file it down so it doesn't get any worse or rip, because I've had that before where it's ripped at work. Not the one. Plasters, because recently I cut my finger. I'm always cutting my hand. See, look, I've literally got cuts everywhere. I'm always cutting myself on my hand, so I always make sure I've got plasters. The last thing in here, it's not very exciting. I keep a hair bobble just in case I need to put my hair up and I don't want to use a clip. That's everything in my bag, and I'm just gonna sit down and properly organise it and get rid of the rubbish and everything, so I'll probably film that. Thank you so much for watching, and I do appreciate everyone that watches my videos, likes, subscribes and comments. I do really appreciate it, and I can't believe you actually watch me. But in the future I'm going to try and do more sit down videos and vloggy style. I might just test them out for a little bit to see if you guys like them, and then obviously I'm going to post my cleaning stuff. But if you do enjoy this video or any of my others, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!